Hi everyone. Good morning or good afternoon, depending on when you're watching this recording, and welcome to your 2026 Open Enrollment with Steere. My name is Catherine, and I'm a part of Steerehouse's benefits consulting team through NFP. Just as a reminder, this presentation is a general overview of your 2026 benefits. So for more details, please make sure to look through your benefit guide and also the carrier plan documents, which are posted on the Employee Navigator portal. Your open enrollment begins on Tuesday, December 9th, and will run through Friday, December 19th. This is the one time of year you can make changes to your benefits unless you experience a qualifying life event. Examples of those events include getting married, getting divorced, having a baby, adopting a child, or losing other coverage. If one of these events happens, you have 30 days from the date of the event to notify HR, so the appropriate changes can be made. And the HR phone number is 401-454-7970. To prepare for this open enrollment, make sure you review the information in your benefit guide and plan summaries so you can understand your options. So your carriers will not be changing for the 2026 plan year. Medical, pharmacy, and HRA is still through Blue Cross Blue Shield of Rhode Island. Dental benefits are still through Delta Dental. Vision is continuing through VSP. And finally, your ancillary will still be through the Hartford. Next, I'm going to go through the plan details in the upcoming slides. There will be a slight change to medical plans, but dental and vision plans will remain the same. Payroll deductions for medical will see a small increase, but for all other benefits, Steerhouse has decided to take on more costs, so employee rates will have no increase on those. For full details on costs, coverage, and eligibility, please review the Steerhouse 2026 benefit guide. This year we'll once again be using Employee Navigator for open enrollment, but it will be a passive enrollment. What this means is that your current benefit choices will automatically roll over unless you make changes or waive coverage. Even if you plan on not making any changes, open enrollment is a perfect time to double check your benefits and confirm that everything is still accurate. In addition, please check your beneficiary that you have for life insurance, and if you do want to make any updates, please contact HR as usual. Alright, so here are your medical plans. They are still through Blue Cross Blue Shield of Rhode Island, as I said before, and you still have the two plans. There are just some changes, and they are in bold. But before I dive into how the plans work, I do want to give some definitions on some terms I'll be using to make it a little bit clearer as I'm going through. So for copay, this is a set dollar amount you pay for when you visit a doctor, pick up a prescription, or receive certain medical services. A deductible, this is the amount you pay before the carrier begins to share costs with you. Coinsurance, this is a percent after your deductible has been met. Out-of-pocket limit, this maximum is the accumulation of the other terms I just talked about. So the copay, the deductible, and coinsurance all adds up to this. This number is the most you would have to pay for services in a given plan year, so the most you would pay in the 2026 year. And finally, premium. This is the cost taken out of your paycheck to have access to your insurance plan. I don't have the premiums listed in this presentation, but they are listed on Employee Navigator and the benefit guide, so please view those to see the prices. All right, so let's dive in on the low plan first. So this plan offers in-network coverage only, so everything I'm talking about is only in-network. Remember, HMO means no out-of-network benefits. The deductible, as you can see, it's bolded, has increased a little bit, so now it is $4,000 for an individual and then $8,000 for a family. The HRA will continue to reimburse on the back end of the deductible, but as you can see, they have increased it this year, but I'll discuss that at the end of this slide. And again, no one will ever pay more than the individual deductible amount. Each person will pay that amount. The coinsurance is staying the same at 0%, and the out-of-pocket maximum is staying the same at $7,150 for an individual and $14,300 for family. Again, this is the most you'll ever pay in a year, including deductible, copays, and coinsurance. The pharmacy copays are not changing from last year, those are the same. And the services in the middle right here are covered at the copays listed or deductible first, followed by a 0% coinsurance. And as you can see, the PCP visit, telemedicine, specialist have just increased a little bit from last year. All right, next moving on to the high plan. So this plan offers both in-network and out-of-network coverage, which is called a PPO. So first, I'm going to only talk about the in-network costs. So the in-network deductible is $3,000 for an individual now, and $6,000 for family, so a little bit higher than last year. But again, the HRA will continue to reimburse on the back end of the deductible, but it has increased to $2,000, $4,000. Again, no one pays more than the individual deductible amount. The coinsurance is remaining at 0%, and the out-of-pocket maximum, again, talking about in-network, is $6,850 for an individual and $13,700 for a family. Pharmacy copays are not changing, and as a note, they are the same as the low plan. And in between, we have, all other services either having a copay or a deductible with the 0% afterwards. Just like the low plan, the PCP visit, telemedicine, and specialists have increased a little bit from last year. Then looking at the out-of-network for the high plan, the deductible has increased, and so has the out-of-pocket maximum there. But as a reminder, it's always nice to save more by using the in-network for providers. So if you go onto their website, you can find your provider and double check that they're in-network. All right, so finally, I'll talk about the health reimbursement account. So your employer, Steere House, funds an HRA account that works alongside your Blue Cross Blue Shield plan. So for 2026, they've decided to increase the HRA to $2,000 for an individual and $4,000 family on the back end. Last year, it was $1,000, $2,000. And the benefits of the HRA is that there's easy management, everything is connected within your health plan, and hassle-free payments. So Blue Cross Blue Shield of Rhode Island automatically processes the HRA payments, so no extra claims forms are needed. I also want to take some time to plug the resources that go along with the medical plans. So first on this screen, we have telemedicine. You'll have access to virtual care for non-emergency health issues to diagnose things such as the cold, flu, skin conditions, things of that nature. And it's a great way to keep you and your dependents out of the doctor's office and prevent you from getting more sick when it can easily be solved virtually. It can take a lot less time, and the copays would be $30 for the high plan and then $25 for the low plan. The next is preventative care, and that's always covered at 100% under both your medical plans. And it's designed to really prevent serious health issues before they become major problems. And some examples would be getting your annual checkup or getting your flu shot. And these guidelines can vary depending on your age and sex, so make sure to check with your insurance provider or click that healthcare.gov link to see a full list of covered services. Also, you can receive both preventative and non-preventative services at the same office visit, and if that does happen, you may get charged the office visit copay rather than getting that $0 amount. So just make sure you keep that in mind at your next visit and double check with the office during your appointment. Finally, you'll have access to a lot of value adds, and here are some that I've called out. At the top left, we have the Diabetes Management Program, and it provides access to tools and support to make it easier to track your blood sugar levels and build a healthier lifestyle. The program includes a blood glucose meter that connects directly to your mobile device, unlimited test strips, and one-on-one coaching to help you manage nutrition and reach your health goals. You'll also receive real-time support if your readings fall out of range. Then you have Blue 365, and this is access to year-round discounts on affordable solutions to support your health. Unlike some other discount programs, there's no need to earn rewards or points in order to take advantage of these deals. They start immediately, and these include gym memberships, nutrition, travel, hearing aids, fitness apparel, and much more. My Strength is a digital program that supports your sleep, stress, anxiety, etc. So first, you'll take a questionnaire so they can design a program for you. Then they'll recommend some educational resources to reach your goals. And they also have tools for everyday use, such as meditation, to calm you in moments of stress or anxiety. Your dental plan design will remain the same for 2026 through Delta Dental. The individual deductible is $25, and the family deductible is $75 for in and out of network. As an example, if you're enrolled with your spouse, you would have a $50 deductible for your family, $25 per person. $75 is the max deductible a family could have. The annual maximum benefit that Delta will cover is $1,500 per member each benefit year. Preventative services are covered at 100%, and these would be for your routine cleanings twice a year. Basic services, such as fillings, are covered at 100% after the deductible for in-network, and then covered at 80% after deductible for out-of-network. Major restorative services, the plan will pay 50% after the deductible. For orthodontia coverage, this would be for dependents up to age 19. You would have the plan paying 50% and then up to a $1,500 lifetime maximum for orthodontia. If you see an out-of-network dentist, you may experience balance billing. So what that is when a healthcare provider bills you for the difference between their full charge and the amount your insurance company agrees to pay for. So make sure you try to stay in-network to get the most savings. So your vision plan is still through VSP and the plan design is not changing for 2026. So I won't read through everything on this slide, but I'll just call out a few things so that you know and give you a reminder. You have a $130 allowance for frames and a $130 allowance for contacts, both of which have discounts after the balance. Please remember that frames and contacts are in lieu of each other, so that means that your vision plan covers one or the other, not both, in a single benefit period. At the bottom of the screen in that green text, you'll find a link to get an in-network provider to save the most amount of money. Also, out-of-network benefits are based on a reimbursement schedule. So what that means is that you'll get billed for the leftover amount after the insurance pays. So stick with in-network providers, as I always say, to avoid any possible surprise bills. VSP also has extra savings for additional eyewear like sunglasses, retinal screenings, and laser vision correction if you're interested. Again, what's fabulous is that there's no changes to the carrier or the plan design for basic life and AD&D. So this coverage is 100% paid for by Steere House, and you have a $10,000 benefit. The reduction schedule is 35% at age 65 and then a decrease of 55% at age 70. Your benefits will terminate upon retirement. Even though this is a passive enrollment, please double check your beneficiary information to make sure it's correct or update if you'd like to. And you can do this through HR, just like last year. You'll still have access to the Employee Assistant Program through Coastline EAP, and the contact information, phone number, and website is listed at the top of the screen to contact them, and they are available 24 hours, 7 days a week whenever you need them. The EAP can be utilized for counseling sessions if you're dealing with stress, anxiety, relationship conflicts, and any of those below. They also have lawyers that you can consult legal matters with and a plethora of educational resources. So please take a look in there and see if anything will be useful to you. All right, to wrap up, again, open enrollment will begin Tuesday, December 9th and close Friday, December 19th at midnight. Because it's a passive enrollment, your current benefits will automatically carry over unless you want to waive coverage or select new options. But again, if you're not planning on making changes, please do check and make sure everything is still accurate in what you want for the next year, because you won't be able to make changes unless you have a qualifying life event or next open enrollment. For step-by-step guidance on how to go through Employee Navigator, please refer to that link above and look at the instructions if needed. Thank you so much for tuning in and hope you have a great rest of your day. Thank you so much.